2026, the 584th day of the Sex Offender Administration. The Trump administration is threatening to demolish the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts and potentially replace it with an outdoor amphitheater unless Donald Trump's name is prominently added to its exterior, giving him what they said would be appropriate, quote, respect and dignity of acknowledgement, close quote, while he works to, quote, save it. So if Trump can't have his way, he will reduce the Kennedy Center to a grassy knoll? South Carolina Senator Darlene Graham has won the GOP nomination for the U.S. Senate. She is seeking to replace her brother Lindsey Graham as South Carolina Senator. It's going to be hard to fill his stilettos. Donald Trump threatened to rename Lake Ontario to Lake America while mapping out the latest trade dispute with Canada. Sure, because the Gulf of America went so well. 44-year-old Alan Smith killed 8 of his relatives, including 4 children, as they gathered for Sunday dinner at a home outside Billings, Montana, weeks after Smith's parents asked him to move out. Smith later died from a self-inflicted dose of lead poisoning delivered at 600 miles an hour. U.S. Capitol Police on Tuesday arrested Phelan Tam Du Lee of Julian, California, who they say had a guillotine in the bed of a pickup truck that was parked in front of the Supreme Court. He was arrested on suspicion of, quote, carrying a dangerous weapon, close quote, and being in possession of a guillotine. Lee was delivering the guillotine to the Supreme Court so that the conservative members can quickly kill the Constitution, instead of destroying it one amendment at a time. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for Wednesday, August 26, 2026, the 584th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV. Viva the Revolution!
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
What happened there? These things are just weird. Well, doesn't love me. It doesn't.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Well, all right, we'll try this again.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Yeah, that's not happening again. It never happens. Really? Doesn't ever happen. Good morning, folks. It's Wednesday, August 26th, 2026. It was about, I think it was 7 years ago today that I founded MindDog TV. I didn't do Coffee with a Dog until about a year and a half later or so, but started MindDog TV doing 3 shows a day. Was it 2 shows a day? 2 shows a day for 3 years. And then I added Coffee with a Dog and was doing 3 shows a day for a bunch of years. Yeah, whatever. I'm lost. If you haven't heard, Dolly Parton passed away, and the title of today's show and the thumbnail are really, I'm sorry to say this, clickbait. It's not clickbait just for the sake of clickbait. It's clickbait for the sake of a kind of a point, which what people will hate me for. But hey, it's easy to hate me, right? I bend over for the microphone like this. What do people do? They take pictures with celebrities and then just say, "I can't wait till they die so I can post this on my Facebook." Me with the dead guy. I mean, is that what society's all about? We just, oh, can I take a picture with you? And then they hold on to that picture, waiting for you to die, so they could post it on Facebook and say, "Look, I met him once. I met him once." I don't. Yeah. Now I'm gonna say that I was never like a huge Dolly Parton fan, but you know what? You wouldn't expect that because it's kind of schmaltzy to me. But everybody loves her, right? Nobody, and this is the kind of legacy you want to leave, is where nobody has a bad word to say about her. She is, just a person who brought light into the world, who was a giver, not selfish, and we need more people like that. So God bless Dolly Parton, and but come on, don't see. I'm exploiting it, but I'm exploiting it to show you that people exploit it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't know. I'm gonna South Dakota. I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, I'm a slacker and whatever, and I don't do things that I say I'm gonna do. Like I should have got a new sponsor, and I didn't. Dubby is sending me ads to post, and I'm like, no. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now is a man who started his career as a Dolly Parton impersonator, T.D. Fenderson. Good morning, T.D.
Good morning. Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. As we Dolly impersonators will say, don't. No more pounding in my head, no more eyebrows twitching, no more rush hour traffic, no more clients bitching. I ignore the alarm and roll over on my side. Don't talk. Don't feel like a shower, so maybe I'll lie here too late for coffee, too early to drink beer. I'll worry about it later, cause baby, I'm retired. Boom. No more 9 to 5. Hey, retirement is my living. It's a brand new life. It's my time and time's forgiven. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, the doom. You had me at doom.
Thank you.
Yes, and
good morning, Ann in California.
Somebody else did or started. I don't know what they posted like 2 lines of. I think it was a 9 to 5 parody. It was, one of her songs. Oh, it might have been Jolene. Oh, it was somebody. It was Jackie Martling, and no, he didn't post it. He sent me an email asking if I thought he should post it. He could get away with it. Maybe I shouldn't read it because now I'm in trouble. I shouldn't have. People shouldn't be making fun of her either. I mean, death is death. You wouldn't say it's like you wouldn't come out there and say, "Well, she died of sudden death syndrome or whatever."
I went on Sunday if that's what she died from, but apparently it was cancer.
Cancer, and it wasn't a long-term cancer thing, right? She wasn't diagnosed that long ago.
No, I think it was complicated by the fact that her husband died. They've been together for such a long time, and quite often, when a couple has been so entwined for so long, and one of them passes, quite often the other one will pass away quickly.
So you're kind of scared that when I die.
Anyway. Let's put it this way: when you die, the program will die shortly after you.
Yeah,
not me.
All right. No kids, and I just want to kind of.
She had thousands of kids.
Yeah, you're right. But you remember you don't you? You had this kind of memory, this Mandela memory of Zsa Zsa Gabor with a pussy on her lap, and Johnny Carson saying something about petting the pussy or something. Play with
So
the
now
pussy.
you think the pussy was Dolly?
No, Johnny Carson definitely did lean over, and I don't know exactly what the quote was, but it was something to the effect of, "I'd give a year's salary just to look under there." And I'm not sure if he was talking about the dress code, because this was at the time when she was carrying around 100 size triple D, triple X, whatever they want, big tits. I'm surprised she didn't die of back problems. I'm sorry. No, we can't be making fun of this. It's a very solemn day.
Well, her spine did a lot of work, so it got a lot of back pay.
Yeah. I don't hear Lily Tomlin. Is Lily Tomlin still alive?
She is.
You know, you would think
And so is Jane Fonda. So they'll probably say something
all
because
right.
they did 9 to 5 together, and that was probably that movie was it was funny. It was especially for the time. For the time, and the statement they were making is that women are still being exploited in the workplace, and they got their revenge. So, yeah.
Yeah. Answer's gonna miss Dolly, such a beautiful person. Yeah, you know what? From all accounts, she was better than Mother Teresa, and I'm not saying that like it.
Well, she had more money than Mother Teresa.
That's true. Yeah, but
Mother Teresa, if she had more money, would have given books to people if she knew what a book was.
I think there are actually 2 people out of 8 billion, well, more than 8 billion because it includes 100 years ago or something, who have had amusement parks named after them. Now hers is her, and Disney's was Disney too, but it's still Dollywood. How many people got amusement parks named after?
Okay, but she did that with her own. She founded Dollywood.
Right.
I mean, anybody can have an amusement park named after them if they put the money up. I could have GD Funny World. If I had the money.
Yeah, I guess.
As a matter of fact, on Facebook it says, what did it say? The promo for today's show. Today, Napa Wood is born.
Wow.
Rock Cyclops. Visit the mindtv.com/merch gift shop.
Napa Wood is reborn. Napa Wood is reborn with a little Viagra and whatever.
Okay. So all it took was like one click, and Napa Wood is born.
Wow. No, I can't ever. Well, whatever. Napa Wood. See that they took the wood from Hollywood. Hollywood, Dollywood. I'm all confused. Have you ever been? Because Lisa Polizzi,
No, I think my wife went. I can't remember. Her and her best friend were supposed to go, and I think they went. But if they went, they didn't bring me back anything. Usually my wife, I'm just saying, usually my wife goes someplace, she brings me back something. And I don't have anything on my desk from Dollywood, so maybe they got rained out or something. I don't know.
I'm looking at the rides and attractions that are in Dollywood.
Well, they have the, a lot of places have the teacup ride. They had the D cup ride where they sat in inverted versions of her bra and just so.
Night Flight Expedition takes flight. It's an indoor flight expedition. Dolly Parton Experience. I'm not sure what that is. Barnstormer looks one of these things. Woo! Let's see if we can make you puke ride. Big Bear Mountain, Black Bear Trail.
Apparently, she's been doing a lot of AI stuff so that she could continue to perform in the future.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you just pulling my leg?
No.
Does
your leg feel like it's being pulled?
Yeah, somebody's pulling it down there.
This is my understanding. See, now, believe me, I neither love nor hate Dolly Parton. I appreciate her for what she did. I'm not like an idol worshiper kind of guy. I never met her. She's done a lot of good work, the kind of work that if I had the money, I probably would have done some of it, not all of it. But I would have done, I appreciate what she did. And she did a great deal for her community, the little town that she came from.
A little town called Dollywood. Oh,
yes, but Yesterday, whenever a celebrity dies, I couldn't watch it. I had the news on in the background while I was doing some housework. I was working on the dishwasher and painting some doors. And once she died, as soon as it said that she had passed, I'm like, oh shit. Only thing I'm going to hear about from the rest of the day is Dolly this, Dolly that, Dolly this. And then they have all these people come on and they're telling the same fucking stories over and over and over again. It's like, I got it. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only story I heard once and once only was by a woman who was like a biographer, and she had followed Dolly Parton around for like 2 years or something to write this book. And it was at a concert, and they was talking about how Dolly and her husband had like a wicked sense of humor. They both had this wicked sense of humor, and they was always playing jokes on each other. And if I'm telling this correctly, it was at a concert. Dolly Parton was singing, and she noticed the background singers were a little bit off. And she turns around, and her husband had gotten on stage and was mixed in with the background singers and singing with them. And so she thought that was funny, apparently. And she also thought it was funny if she had security arrest him. So, but that's the only story that I heard at only one time. Everything else I had like over and over and over and over again. And at the point I'm like, okay, I'm fine. She's dead. I'm sick of it already. Stop it. Tell me what's going on with the world, DP, don't Google that with safe search off. I don't know what it is. DP. Okay, cool. Matt disappeared, not on purpose. Let's put it this way. Whenever I'm talking and I'm telling a story or something, I'm used to Matt just not responding. And so I didn't notice that he wasn't responding, and I was trying to give him a chance to say something, and he didn't. That's because he lost something. His computer just disappeared. It didn't disappear. His signal disappeared. And I wasn't quite prepared for that. I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Just for tomorrow on Nomad Thursday, GD Fenderson explains his jokes. If all goes well, I will have a guest with me, Erica Klimt, a friend of mine for a few years now, and surprise guest as well. The surprise guest I have never met before. If they show up, I'll be having a French comedian come on. They've been doing comedy for decades now. And they're still performing comedy, and they're, like I said, French comedian. So if things go well, I will have the two of them on the show tomorrow. And we're going to talk about comedy and solar power and stuff like that. So that's tomorrow. But guess what? Since it's Thursday, I also have a worker coming to my house. But if all goes well, my bathroom will be finished tomorrow. Yes. After 2 months, I think, of you hearing about my bathroom exploits, it'll be done with. And we'll be able to not just shower and shit and shower in the bathroom, I'll be able to shave in there too. Because I don't have a sink there. So I can't shave. I can just shit and shower and I have to go down to the basement to shave. So, yeah. I don't like to go down to the basement to shave. But I will stop doing that real soon. But so I'm almost finished painting it. No, I put 2 coats on the left door, 1 coat on the right door, and I'm gonna put the second coat on today. So there. And what else? Oh, after my cat died, we started getting rid of all of her stuff. We have her ashes back, and I have one thing left of hers to give away, her cat bed, which somebody wanted her cat bed, and they're coming to get it today. So there. Anything I miss? What else? All right, Matt, hurry it back, man, because I don't have a lot of stuff to do here. I was trying to save the Dolly Parton thing, the 9 to 5 parody, because I wasn't going to play the music because I definitely get a copyright strike. But the lyrics I could sing, and I was saving that for tomorrow because I as a general of thumb, Matt doesn't really think I'm funny, so I just try not to do stuff that I think is funny in front of Matt because he's just like that, just like that. For the people on the radio, I'm impersonating Matt, laughing at my stuff. See, that's it. That's my impersonation of Matt laughing at my comedy. Let's see. Last night, today's Tuesday, today's Wednesday. Tonight is trivia night. I think my wife and I are going to be going to trivia night because we missed 2 in a row. Sand lightly before coats. Oh, well, I just would sand the door. I don't sand the lights. But thank you.
These
I
bitches. These sons of bitches. That's all I'm saying about them. They're sons of bitches.
Which ones is now? Do you still have 2 internet companies and neither one of them are working?
Yes, that's correct. Those are the sons of bitches I was referring to. You have a good nose for sons of bitch sniffing out.
I did not. I couldn't tell that you were gone because I'm so used to you not laughing or saying anything after I say something.
I know.
When you didn't say anything, I'm like, I couldn't tell. It wasn't until I looked at the screen and I saw that you've been like this for like 30 seconds.
I was wondering how long it would take you to figure out I died. Hey, buddy. Who is Buddy? You or me? Because I don't remember anybody.
I think you're Buddy.
I really love your stream. Really?
Oh yeah, it's got to be you because it's your stream.
Yeah. No, my stream is. I'm taking Flomax for my stream, but can you name one piece of content that you love about our stream? So you gave me a follow. Can you name anything?
Yeah, be specific, please. Be specific.
Yeah. Anything we've ever done.
I had somebody say that to me yesterday, only they didn't call me buddy. They said, hey, bro.
Oh, so, look at you. You're a bro.
Yeah.
I would like to be a bro.
You can be a bro. Not. You could be a bro. It doesn't come with any advantage. Heavy Kev says, I worked as house painter for 10 years, then took it up as a punishment for owning old houses.
Oh,
yeah. I feel you, bro. I have
stop! Don't go feeling him. Or at least get consent. I'm sorry.
So I didn't plan on doing doing the first verse of my Dolly Parton parody. I was going to save it for tomorrow so I could do the whole song.
Oh.
I was gonna play it. I was just going to read it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you could try playing it. I mean, we have no.
Well, I can't try playing it because I didn't finish the video. I didn't finish the video. Because I played all the instruments on the thing, and in the video I wanted to play all the instruments, but I wanted to be in the positions that they were in for the video because she was sitting on a stool, and then she had like a woman to her right and 2 guys to her left. So I was going to play all the videos, and I was going to green screen me playing it, set up just like they were. So I never got around to shooting the video. So I was just, lazy.
Yeah, I understand lazy. Believe me, nobody understands lazy. I'm the king of lazy. I invented lazy. I don't know if you know this about me, but I won a contest for being lazy. And you know what that contest included? Nothing.
No, because it was sponsored by the American Procrastinators Association.
Yeah. I mean, so it's based on how you could lay in bed looking dead, and then you win. I win because I'm good at that.
I don't know if it's worth me monitoring Govs anymore because we've been gone for so long. Everybody who was on Govs that watched us moved over here. So I don't think anybody's back on Govs watching us.
Nope, nobody's back on Govs. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I destroyed this once great empire of digital broadcasting. We just totally destroyed it. We ran it off the rails into the gully, into the mud, upside down. The police and the ambulance can't even get to us. We're flailing away. Podcast. And it's nothing.
I'm starting to get I'm getting more people reacting. I was wondering why I wasn't getting reactions, why the Reverend was not getting reactions on the YouTube page. And it turns out, not the Reverend, yeah, the Reverend, but on the news, the news stuff, when he posted it on YouTube.
Headlines and
Yeah, headlines and punchlines. Headlines to punchlines. The turns out the default setting is to hide all of the negative comments, or all the community, not negative comments, but the ones that. But those are the only comments that he was getting. So everything was so it looked like he was getting no comments. And once I went over to that thing, it's like, fuck. It's like,
he got 2 great comments yesterday. I saw somebody said brilliant, and I forget what the other one was. But the people were enthusiastic. I even forget what point he was making. It was something to do with AI, though.
But that was the Rev. That was me.
Oh yeah, that was you.
Yeah, that was me. I was talking about England using aircraft carriers as data centers, because they don't have the land to be going around dedicating it to that. And then you use the aircraft carriers. For one thing, I think aircraft carriers are already nuclear. I think they're nuclear powered, so they may be self-sustaining as far as energy goes. They already have an energy source. If I understand how they power, because I know submarines are nuclear powered, many of them. So unless they're solar, because if they're solar, though, I don't know where they're getting their sun. Maybe sunfish. They surround the sub with sunfish, and then they get the solar power from the sunfish, and it also acts as camouflage. But they can use the aircraft carriers, because if they're nuclear powered, they already have an energy source. Especially if they're retired, and if they're old and they're too old to have nuclear power, then just use the electricity from the waves. I mean, those aircraft carriers are fucking huge.
I understand they are very big, bigger than but you're right. I just want to say, though, that this is part of the problem is with aircraft carriers, we have let ourselves to believe that we had a great military because we got these.
I'm talking about England. Fuck us. I don't want. We don't need data centers in the United States.
Oh yeah.
Fuck us.
Do they have? Well, they had
the Royal Navy. Why wouldn't they have aircraft carriers?
I don't know why they wouldn't. I don't know. I just don't know. But they probably do. I'm sure they do. But this idea about who would want data centers, and remember I said some people were bringing up property tax. They reduce your property tax. But the people who have the high property tax issues live in good neighborhoods. They don't want. If you live in a shitty neighborhood, but the people who live in high property tax areas don't want data centers in their backyard, right? So who does?
No, I don't know of anyone who wants a data center in their backyard. I no one. I mean, honestly, not poor people, because they're exploited fuck enough. Not rich people, because they just don't want this shit. Not middle class people. No,
some people, I don't know, but on Long Island, they're making.
Let Donald Trump put one on Mar-a-Lago. If they're so fucking wonderful, put one on Mar-a-Lago.
Well, a big Trump supporter.
At Doral. Put one in the one in New Jersey.
This Bruce Blakeman guy who is running for governor of New York, he is a Trump supporter, and he's rallying his MAGA nutcases by this promise of lower property taxes on Long Island, because Long Island has pretty high property taxes. Mine is like $27,000 a year. But I don't know if people are really behind it, and how many of them are really behind that. But they're sure making there could be bots too, but an argument on social media all day long. These Long Islanders would just say, "Oh yeah, it'll be well."
Look at Texas. Greg Abbott was the AI. Bring AI to Texas. We will love you. Bring AI to Texas. He was yeah. Oh yes, he was so gung ho about bringing the data centers to Texas, but he didn't check with anybody. He didn't check with the people. He didn't say to the people of Texas, "Do you want data centers?" And he was going like, bring your business here. Come on here to Texas. We'll love you. We'll give you tax breaks. Come. And they went and they started building, and people going, whoa, what the fuck? And so now Greg Abbott is blaming the data centers, the people who own the data centers, for the problems that people that we're saying, well, you guys should have talked to the people to let them know what you were doing. You just don't start building data centers. Like, hey, you told us we could. You gave us the permits. And then he's blaming the backlash on the data centers, and he doesn't want to take responsibility for being the one who invited them.
Yeah, there's no way to tell if these people on Long Island are really bots. These people aren't bots. The people aren't bots, but the names and accounts on Facebook and Twitter might all be bots, and Threads too. I mean, somehow Threads seems to be a lot of Long Island people, or maybe that's all they're just showing me. But but they seem to say, here's the deal, though. Sorry. They say they wanted to lower their property taxes, but they don't really want it there. They want it there to lower their property. If you live in one town, put it in the town next to us, we can lower our property taxes. And the people in the town next to them are saying, yeah, put it in that town and lower. But nobody wants it like in their backyard. That's just
no one. Like I said, I can't think of anyone at all. Like I said, even Greg Abbott, who welcomed data centers with open arms, once he realized, well, first of all, he wasn't going to put it in his backyard. He just wanted them in Texas,
right?
And he was like, looking, we'll find somebody to fuck over.
Yeah, and Texas is a very big state, and there's lots of space.
Lots of space, and guess what? People still fucking complained. Once they found out what was going on, they're like, whoa, you blocking my view of nothing with that building? Fuck no, get out of here.
I want to play this comment because it's complimentary to me. That's why I want to show this. I played Matt's new song. Man, this one-eyed shit is sucking. Played Matt's new song to one of Tripsville's singer today. Yeah, she was impressed with voice. That's funny that you should say that. Because yesterday I thought of a song I had written about 6 or 7 years ago, and I asked Kat, you remember Kat Martin? I asked her to sing it, and she thought I had found religion or something. The song is called God on Our Side. Oh, no, Stand Your Ground. But the chorus starts out with God on Our Side. But she thought it was like overly religious, and there was reason to believe that. But it's really about how people use God's on our side as a reason for a country to go to war, and over again. God's on our side. God's on our side. And that's what it's about. But so Kat wouldn't sing it. She told me I should sing it, and I recorded myself singing it. And it's just like, oh, I can't stand it. So I went into now. Suno has a digital audio workstation, and you can use your voice to model stuff and actually change the notes in there and do that. Right. So I've tried a little bit of that. Now you can tell it's not me, and there's some points where you can actually hear the whatever auto pitch or pitch correction and stuff like that. But it's a good demo of what I wanted to do with the song, and so I'm going to play it. How about that? I'm just going to fucking play it. Do I need to ask your permission to play it? I do.
No, but you do need my permission if you want me to sit around and listen to it.
Yeah, no, that's ear rape. Right?
Yeah, I'll just listen. No, you can play it. I'll find something to do while you're doing it.
Ear rape. I'm going to ear rape you.
That's a Nirvana song. Ear rape.
So this song is called Stand Your Ground, and there's some religious stuff in there. Maybe you might ask the Rev if he could do me a favor, well, I didn't add it to the screen. I thought I added it. There you go. All right. Add a audio player.
Behind the unbearable brightness of the low winter sun, There's a howling in the distance of the darkness yet to come. And the people who are desperately clinging, trying to hold on to the past. They can hear the angels singing, and the end is coming fast. But with God on our side, there is strength to be found for our race, creed, and our pride. Heed the call. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. You can talk all about your religion and your politics and your team, but I don't want to hear about your vision, because you don't know what it means to be part of something that is bigger than your culture or your clan. You gotta believe in something. Choose the brotherhood of man. But with God on our side, there's strength to be found. If we abandon our pride, heed the call. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. If you don't know that you lost, you can never really be found. When the thunder from above makes an all-inspiring sound. I was talking with Jesus and Buddha and Allah and the rest, and I told him there was some confusion about which one was the best. Though the answer they gave me was simple, I may never understand. All they said, just go on living and try to do the best you can. But with God on our side, there is strength to be found. If we can abandon our pride, heed the call. Stand your ground.
Yeah, stand your ground. Anyway, so you know what? I think it's a good enough demo to actually give to a real singer at this point. But you know what? It's hard to find real singers these days because nobody's making any money with it. Fiverr people have seemed to abandon it. So whatever it is. My guest tonight has put off till next week. I was expecting fireworks tonight, you know, with this wokeness and what does woke mean? Progressive left is trying to destroy this country. They're working with Putin and whatever. I just realized my streaming at 360p sounds way better at 1080p. Great track. Thank you for the great track. So, you know, the track, I did all the music. The voice is modeled on me, but there's some really high notes in that stuff. Not my real vocals, but, you know, a pitch for a real vocalist to do. For what? Nobody wants to listen to that shit. It's all too religious. She thought I found religion. Do you think I found religion with that song?
I don't know. I don't think. Nah. Well, I don't know if you found religion. I didn't know it was lost, but you know.
I do have a line I'm pretty proud of in that. Well, yes, proud, but not like whatever. I'm patting myself on the back. I was talking with Jesus and Buddha and Allah and the rest, and I told them there was some confusion about which one was the best. That's true. That's the heart of every war, right? Is that? I mean, those are the three major, or whatever, and these are the ones that well, Buddha doesn't go to war with. Who are? It's Jesus and Muhammad, right? I should have said Muhammad.
Well, where did the Jews fit in then? Because they're warlike people as well.
Yeah, too many people go to war over religion, and it doesn't make any sense, right? This if there is a God, would he want his kids to be killing each other all the time? Yeah, that's what I want. That's how I designed it. No, right? Am I wrong? Tell me. You're a professor of theology.
Well, I don't. Again, I'm not the best professor of theology to ask that because, again, I'm not one who believes that God is aware that this is all going on.
Well,
So,
he's watching something else.
so to speak. I'm of the opinion that if there is a God, that God is so removed from what he's done,
He's watching Blind Mike instead of us.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. It's like, whoa, I'm not going to take. No.
Yeah, he it says credit where credit is due. I would watch Blind Mike before us too. I'm not saying that you should, people over there, all three of you or whatever, five of you, whatever, however many people are over there. Yeah. So God has good taste in digital broadcasting, I guess. All right. So yeah, if you could just drop a little hint on the rev, I would love to get some free publicity. Get free publicity. I don't know if you can own your craft and interview skills but in a safe and supportive or whatever she said. What did she say?
I think she says. Actually, I don't know what she says.
She said something about this new one. Because she's always in the same position with her ass lifted up, like she wants somebody to come and pull that skirt up behind it. I'm not, Sister's curly hair's job is safe, believe me. But this new one who just applies, she's like an intern. And it looks like she wants to fart, or she's hoping somebody will pull up her dress. But the arm goes behind it. It looks like she loses an arm and it just grows back. Watch. This is really
Attention, comedians, musicians, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is now booking for the upcoming season. Get free publicity and hone your interview skills in a fun, safe, and supportive setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern in syndication on Live 365 and iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard. It's like Zoom, but easier. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, but we have authors and filmmakers, military vets, and many others on as well. And we have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities. For bookings, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
She's got a hell of a pair of illustrators there. You know what I'm talking about? Her illustrators?
You mean telestrators? Titty-strators?
No, I mean the... At one point she goes like this. It seems like she's saying, "Get the hell out of here." But a lot of this going on. And then she loses an arm. Like, what the hell happened there? Somebody ripped your arm off? Well, it was like Trump's ear. Just grew right back. Blind Mark is a wanker. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's young. He's still wanking it. Those young men, they do that. I don't know if you know this about young men. They wank a lot. Yeah. So what do we got? We got nothing. I am reaching out to people. Some guy was like really upset about the clip about the Hunter Biden thing, and I obviously hate believing everything Fox News ever said about Hunter Biden. But if you go down, and these are verified by like conservative people who have gone through the record, and none of it is true. This guy said, well, funny how he stopped selling paintings when he lost access to classified data, and there is no evidence that he ever had any access to classified data, and he didn't stop selling paintings. He's selling paintings more than ever. So I call the guy a MAGA cult member. And he said, I'm not MAGA. Yeah, but you happen to believe everything Fox News tells you. I think that makes you MAGA, whether you wear the hat or not. I'm pretty sure that does. But Hunter Biden's a fucking great painter. Whether you love him, you fucking hate him, whatever you think, he's a crackhead. He had his problems, but now he's helping other people find sobriety. So good for him, rehabilitation. But you can love him or hate him. But if you're denying that his work is excellent, I don't know. Have you seen his artwork?
I have not. But then again, I'm, busy.
Yeah. Well, his artwork is fantastic, and I'm interested in it because it's very original. And I'm wondering how he gets started. Like, I want to see if I can show some of it. But as a painter, and as somebody who learned to paint the way I learned to paint, I started by copying other people's work. These kind of paintings are really inspirational to me. I want to know, how do you get that kind of originality in your work as a painter, where you're just coming up with shit that nobody else came up with. That's all. I will show one right here. Can I show this one right here? Can I? Yeah, this one right here. That's really fucking good. And how that comes to, like, I know if I know what I'm gonna paint beforehand. Does he sketch this out? What do you think? Do you think this is sketched out, or is this I'm putting color on the canvas and see what it tells me to do, and then, oh, look, I can outline a face in this shape? What do you think?
Well, it could be one of two things. Well, actually, more than one or two things. Have you ever stared at a pattern on the floor, on a rug or something?
Yeah,
and all
that's
of a
what
sudden,
I'm thinking
and
about.
all of a sudden you see a face in it. I used to have a bathroom floor. The tile was all kinds of crazy patterns, and I would look at it, and I could see things in it, and I could actually outline it, and then I could actually say, okay, this is a sloth, and if I copied that or did my version of what I saw there, it might come out just like that.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I was talking about where you just let the canvas tell you. Like, he probably just put all those background colors on and stared at it a while and said, oh, I think I see a face. And then he did see a face. I don't know that. This is why I'd love to talk to him. And I think since he's doing everybody's podcast, I would think it would be a relief to talk to somebody who just wants to talk about your art. Let's not talk about the laptop. Let's not talk about the crack pipe. Just talk about the art. This one is also unique. It's floral, right? It's rose. Is it roses or a tree? I think it's, I don't know. It could be a rose, but he's not using those kind of strokes you would do in a typical floral. It's kind of psychedelic, Peter Max influenced. And again, I think, well, where does this come from? Did he sketch this out, or this definitely looks to me like he just let the canvas tell him what's there. These little star things that end up being a floral. That's cool. This one is pretty unique as well. I mean, the hand thing, and there's writing in there. Now, I could not, to save my life, I could not paint that kind of script consistently over. If you turn this thing sideways, you'll see you gotta have the finest brush with a kind of a point to it to get all that stuff. Then turn it sideways and put the hands on top. It's abstract.
Or it didn't. Maybe it's not a brush. Maybe he's using a calligraphy pen, and he dipped it in paint.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, this, I don't know where this might originate from. I'm not even sure what it is. It looks almost, remember the Monty Python, and they would have like a foot coming down, squashing the guy. It seems like there's a face in that green thing or something. It looks Monty Python-ish, the artwork there. Those are just four of them. But
Heavy Kev says that the floral piece based on the Aboriginal dot art.
Well, there you go. See, good. This is why we keep Heavy Kev around, to educate. Where's the current works? Oh yeah. You can see a bunch of these now. So, you know, this
Now
idea.
the one there that says don't right there. No, it's the when we're looking at the screen, it's the lower left-hand corner. To me, that looks like a Beatles album or Peter Max or something like along those lines. But
Lower left-hand corner.
no, you moved, but now it's
Oh.
not there. It was
Oh, I thought
it was on the screen. I was trying to.
Lower. Oh yeah, that
There.
does. That looks like
Yeah,
Yellow
that one.
Submarine, right? That is definitely
Yes, yeah.
influenced by Yellow Submarine.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but I'd say that now, when you say $200,000 a year in selling paintings, most artists would consider that like a wet dream. Like that, I've made it. I'm a success. But for him, he was saying, you know, all I made was $200,000 a year for my painting, which I'll take it.
Now, if people, I can get that. If people, because people are accusing him of making millions of dollars off of his father, and compared to me, it's like, no, I'm not making millions. I'm only making $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well. You know,
I can't imagine anybody calling up the president of the United States and saying, "Listen, I bought your son's painting. You owe me. Get me some nuke data."
And then Joe Biden goes like, "So what? I have like tons of magnets on my refrigerator for stuff he made. You know, I've got his art on my refrigerator. We get a painting from him every fucking holiday, every Mother's Day, every Father's Day. I have 900 paintings from him."
Yeah. I don't know. You see the self-portrait? This is weird. I love it, but it's definitely weird. And that's what I'm talking. I respect the weirdness. He is not a copy of any other painter. Although that one definitely looked Peter Max influence. This also has some kind of psychedelia influence. He's very original with this stuff. So you don't everything doesn't have to be through the filter of politics. You could just acknowledge that the guy's a very good artist, even if you hate him. You want to believe that he was, I don't know, somehow got the thing on the board of Burisma, and I'm not even sure he had that position. You're thinking that's nepotism or because he was, selling influence? I don't think so. But whatever, you can believe that and still acknowledge that he's a great painter. He's a great painter, and I love to talk to him about. How do I become a great painter? Can I become a great painter like you?
My wife has said the second most hurtful thing she's ever said to me the other day. She was referring to my comedy, and she used to call it my work, my job. And she says, "So how much longer are you going to be doing this hobby?"
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can I pull that dagger out of your heart, please? Wow, what a terrible thing to say.
And then she goes, and then she tried to clean up and says, "Well, your work, your job, whatever you want to call it." I was like, wow. And then she says, "Only brought it up because the other day you said you didn't know how much longer you were going to be doing it." And I said, "Yeah, maybe." I said a year or two. I said, "I'll probably give it a year or two." And then you're like rushing me like, "So how much longer?" I said a year or two. God damn.
Well, along those lines, yesterday I was thinking I really have reached a point where I need to hang up the music performance. Now, I'm not going to hang up writing, recording, whatever I do musically. I still play guitar to relax myself. But I think my performing music days are over. And not for any other, not because I'm old, but because I'm lazy and if I'm not doing shows consistently, I'm not even practicing. Doing shows consistently is what kept me from having to practice. Now I'm not doing shows as consistently. And it's just like, wow, I'm rushing 3 days before a gig to get ready for it. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. How does this shit go?
And I know the problem I'm having is that I am writing new material way faster than I can practice it and get good at it. Like I said, I have not stopped writing new material. I'm constantly writing new material. And I'm not even talking about stuff that I'm writing once and not even getting, like, the stuff that I write for the Rev to do every day for the news. I don't get a chance to perfect it. Like write a joke and say, oh, and then the next day I go like, what would be better? Because that happens. After it's done, I'm like, oh, what would have really been funnier? How I could have tightened that up? I don't have the time. It's like I do it and it's out there and it's gone. And I'm not even talking about that stuff. I'm talking about material that I'm working on for a set. I'm still writing that kind of stuff. And again, I don't even have time to perfect it. I don't have time to work on it and get, I used to practice at home, used to practice at home either at night or whatever. And then I got to the point where I don't practice until I know I'm working on the show. And then I'll go, okay, I'm working on a show. Let me do this set list and I'll start practicing then.
So have you always been that way, or am I a bad influence on you? Because that's me. I have
always been. No, what's the change has been the fact that I'm not in the same demand that I used to be in.
Oh.
And I think it started quite a few years ago when.
So what's the new man's name? Is it the old man? You're not in the man you used to be in. Which man are you in now?
Well, I'm in the Carl man mode where I'm just,
ew. You're gonna get all beer on your dick. I'm sorry.
No. So I have I pissed off too many people, and I didn't piss them off on purpose. And that's just it. I can't figure, there's some things I have no fucking idea what happened. Everything is great. We're talking. I said there's one guy I used to headline for him. Used to go I used to head from out of town, and the last show I did for him, my camera is set up right behind him. It was the third night of I was headlining 3 nights in a row. It was the final night. My camera, and I record all my sets. My camera is set up right behind him and his girlfriend, and they're laughing up a storm. They're laughing and laughing, and then I come to my finale, and he goes, "Holy shit, that's new." He goes, "That's he just did 3 nights. He didn't do this. This is like brand new material." And he's just like, and he was like blown away. And then he goes, "Wait a second. He didn't do the same show the night before. I did the same basic show, but the endings were always different. I changed now. So, and the introductions are different. And he had a great time. He and his wife, he and his girlfriend had a great time. And then we were talking on the phone about setting up new shows. And then that's it. He stopped.
Well, he found out that you taped the camera was right over it, and he figured he said some. I'm betting if you go over that with a fine-tooth comb and do the stem separation, he's in there saying something incriminating. That's what it is.
No, but if he said it,
he's telling the girl, "Oh, I got him. I'll go down to DC to meet with this guy Lindsay. They call him Lady G." And then boom.
But if that's the case, then you don't fire the person who has the tape.
That's true.
And the only difference is that he and I were talking about producing a show together, and we had a slight disagreement, not even an argument, about one of the comedians he wanted on the show. And I said I wouldn't put him on the show. I said and I explained why. I broke it down. And the thing is, he had booked other comedians, and I suggested to him not to book them. And I said, but this is why. I said, what was their pitch? And he gave me their pitch and said, this is what they mean by it, and this is what's going to happen. This is what, and he goes, well, he booked them, and the comedian broke the show just the way I told him they would break the show.
Oh.
And it's okay. It's okay to like lose the audience for a little bit, especially if it's an accident, if you can get them back. But if you break the show because you think that's funny and you can't get them back and you still got half of your set to do, you fucked. And that's what I told him. I said, that's what this person does. This person here gets drunk before the show, and then he is unreliable, and he gets angry when he loses his timing. He loses the audience. Then he gets mad and starts yelling at the audience, and he booked them anyway. So there are 3 people that I suggested he didn't book. He booked them, and each show was ruined the way I told him they would be ruined. So this other person, he and I had a disagreement about. Again, it wasn't even a disagreement. I said, "This is what he does. This is and you don't need him. The show would be just great without him." And that was it. After that, nothing. Not returning my calls, not returning my texts, not returning my emails, nothing.
Yeah. What did I say? Jackie did the parody of. I think I said a Dolly Parton song.
Jolene.
Yeah, he didn't do that. He did. By the time I get to 80, Jimmy Webb. Did the Rev cover Jimmy Webb?
I don't think so.
I'm
What
not sure if
song?
he died last week or but yeah, I don't remember the Rev saying anything about Jimmy Webb. That would be a big one.
But you got to realize that there's so many people dying. The Rev can't cover everybody. Some of them you just got to let go.
But Jimmy Webb's a pretty big one. I mean, this is a guy
who's Jimmy Webb?
Oh my God, Jimmy Webb is a prodigy from the '60s. He was writing songs for Frank Sinatra, Glenn Campbell, at 16 years old. Like number one hit, Wichita Lineman. By the time I get to Phoenix, a lot of those things. But MacArthur's Park, he wrote that. He was 16 years old when he wrote MacArthur's Park. I mean, he's written some monsters hits for people. But Jackie wrote a parody. It had nothing to do with Dolly Parton. It had to do with Jimmy Webb. And by the time I get to 80, he said he was originally working on By the Time I Find My Penis.
Apparently, he's dead. He's not dead.
He's not dead?
It says here he is. He turns 80. Announces that was 12 days ago. Legendary songwriter.
He died too. Jimmy Webb.
And everything it's saying is. This is news.
All right.
Wait a minute. Let me get. Oh, damn it! I hate when I do that.
Yeah, it says he's 80 years old. Well, see, maybe Jackie fell for the same crap that I fell for on Facebook. They do this. Celebrities die all the time, and they're not really dead. Like Sylvester Stallone has died 3-4 times on Facebook.
It's still saying is. Yeah, I got ises.
Yeah. So excuse me. So yeah.
So you apologize to the Rev and to me because
there's no
reason for us to talk about him. He ain't dead.
You're absolutely right. I'm a dick. Well, I don't think anybody didn't know that I'm a dick. That's pretty.
That's news. Actually, that's newsworthy. That you're a dick. That's newsworthy. Now, maybe I can look through his songs that he's done and see if there's anything noteworthy for the.
No. Wait till he dies, and let's get a picture of us with him for when he died, so we can put it on our social. That just burns. Like as soon as somebody, like, what are these people doing when they go to a show and they say, "Would you take a picture with me?" The celebrity should know that they're just gonna wait till I die, and then they're gonna post it like we were best friends on their social media. I don't get that. Like, so it's sad to hear Dolly Parton, but it's a good moment for me to get some attention from me. Here I am with Dolly Parton. I don't know.
Somebody named Butt Muncher. No, I'm sorry, not Butt Muncher. Stuart Buncher wrote about today's news. Such desperate, dim lies to cope with their TDS.
Wow.
Now I don't know which lies he's talking about from today's news. I don't know which lies he's talking about because everything came out of
Yeah, fuck him. Yeah. That's what I say. Fuck him. I want to show if I could share this. Can I share this? You see that? That's currently my backyard. This is what year is this from? Jesus. Doesn't say what year, right? Long before Tesla Science Center at Wardenclyffe began its work preserving
1905.
Yeah, that's my house would be the right corner of back corner of this house building, whatever you want to call it. Those trees behind there, my house would be just kind of fitting there. That's where I am. So it's good to see the. I don't know. That's Tesla's Science Center. There you go. Oh no, that's a train depot. Wow. Yeah, we don't even have a train here anymore. So maybe I'm wrong about that because I thought this was where the house was. So I don't know if this is actually. It's close enough. The land is right over my shoulder. Put your house over my shoulder. All right. I'm sorry about that. That was terrible. This is why I have to hire singers off the fiber. One of my favorite from New Zealand, Liam Barr. Liam Barr. What about Liam Barr? Can you tell me about what Liam Barr? Heavy Kev? What about Liam Barr? And by the way, Heavy Kev, there was a picture I posted of artwork where I'm talking to my younger self, and Heavy Kev said, "Oh, there's a picture of Auckland Skyway behind the younger me." He said, "RR, GTPs or whatever it is, talking to each other." And I don't think I did that. I think he did that. You know what I'm talking about? What would you say to your younger self? It's me talking to my younger self. I think he did that. I didn't do that. It's very good. I like that. Anyway, what are we doing here? I don't have a class, art class today, and there's nothing really to talk about. No guests.
I did Dylan's workshop last night.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. How?
And you were not. And
I was while we were listening to the news an hour ago. I said I got to ask him about how Dylan thing was.
Because you haven't asked me about that since ever. I usually bring it up, and then we don't get to talk about it because you interrupt me, and then I will talk about it on Thursday.
Wait, should I? Yeah. So how did it go? Can I ask you how it went?
Yeah, last night I spent most of the evening writing for two other people's products. Right. They two other people had projects that they were working on, and so I was writing for stuff for them because I didn't have anything I wanted to work on.
Wow, could have worked on Matt Napo's.
Well, I had stuff I could have worked that I needed to could have worked on, but I didn't feel like taking up their time working on it because, again, I'm the kind of person, if I'm working on something, I want to work on it by myself because when I'm in the creative process, I'm really open to suggestion. And I don't want to be open to suggestion. I want to do what is in my head first. So I get down everything that I think I want out there. And then if somebody says, and then once I've done that, if somebody goes, you have too many words, you can tighten it back. Like, okay, I can see that, but I want to get everything out first. I don't want somebody to make a suggestion that would transplant an idea that I already have, because sometimes what I want is a little bit unorthodox, and quite often what I want is a little unorthodox, and it defies the rules of what a regular comedian would do, and right. I don't care. And I don't want to hear it until after I'm done what I'm doing.
You can't say I don't care without saying Jimmy Crack Corn first. That's a new rule. Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. Well, good for you. You know what? Good for you for having the self-awareness and the honesty of self to say, this is who I am. I don't want any suggestion. I was talking about learning about your own creative process and who you are and all to the art class. And I've learned stuff about myself that I probably should have known my whole life, but I think it was in a little bit denial about it. But one of the things was that I rush through things and call them done before they're done. And sometimes I don't take my time, and that adds up to sloppiness through it. And I showed them a painting that was supposed to illustrate, see, I rushed through this thing and look how sloppy it is. And they all went, oh my God, that's great. It's like, no, that's not what I need to hear. I need to hear you like, yeah, that's sloppy. You should slow down. No, this is, you're not getting the message here, Ron. Yeah. But good for you for having the self-awareness and self-honesty to know why you do what you do during what you do, why you do what you do, who you do. You know what I'm
saying? Sure. Thank you. But it took me a long time to get to that place.
Yeah, I get that, definitely.
I had, like I said, and I hate bringing it up because I haven't accomplished much in my life. I've only done one CD. I have enough music in my repertoire to have done 3 or 4, of music that I'm proud of, and I never got past the first one. And I made so many mistakes in this one because people made suggestions, and I was trying not to be a dictator And I went, okay, sure, yeah, all right, yeah, let's do that. Sure, let's try that, yeah. And so there's like 3 blaring mistakes in this on the CD that I really regret, and I should not have listened to people. I should have just said, no, this is what I want. I'm paying for this. This is my hard-earned money. I'm paying for this. Not, okay, I don't want to be a dick. I don't want people to think I'm a dick. So, sure.
You know, Paul Anka wrote and Frank Sinatra sang, regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I was talking to somebody about regrets just yesterday, and too few to mention, not me. I got too many to keep track of. I don't know. It's really difficult to look back on your past and see, oh, you know what? The right path was so right in front of me, and I took the wrong path. Well, yes, there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. But no, there's not. I'm going to be 67 this weekend, and there's no time to change the road I'm on. But yeah, regrets. Oh man, regrets will eat you alive. I'm glad you only have a couple of regrets about a CD, because that would ease my mind to have just a couple of regrets about a CD that wasn't perfect. I regret everything. I regret that. Whatever. All right. Let's look at it. We are looking at a heavy Kev picture there. Why does it say crack above your head? Does it say crack? Oh, yeah, it does say crack the sky. I didn't see that. Crack. I was like, that's not Hunter Biden. All right. Did he say put? Oh, this is the dot. Oh, I get it. With the Aboriginal dot
Art.
right? Yeah, dot art. Oh, dot art. Art dot. Darty art. All right, what's the next one? Come on. You're so quick with that. Oh. Hey, he doesn't know. Yeah, it's on my phone, didn't it? But that looks exactly like my iPhone, doesn't it? And not that all iPhones don't look alike, but all iPhones don't look alike. Yeah, so nice tits there. Yeah.
Thank you. You're talking to her.
No, I was talking to you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she got a tit. What do they call it? Reduction.
Tit for tat. Yeah.
Because they used to be like abnormally big for a woman on with her friend. Because she had, I don't know if you noticed about it, she had like a 2-inch waist. Whatever. She was really skinny.
Almost like a Barbie doll.
Yeah. Porter Wagner discovered her, and then she was like a backup singer in Porter Wagner's thing, and then she became the star of the show and kind of outshone the star of the show. I don't know, were they married? Were they ever married? Porter Wagner?
No, I thought the only husband she's ever had was Carl Lee.
Carl Lee. All right. So that's the show for you, folks. I'm sorry we didn't bring you more like crying and dying over Dolly, unless you got anything. We got anything? I don't know.
I'm not, like I said, I liked her voice. But I'm not a country fan. Like, my introduction to Jolene was COVID. Actually, I think I may have heard of Jolene before, but I had no idea. It didn't register until COVID.
Miley, what is her name? Cyrus. Miley Cyrus. She had a pretty big hit with it in like 2019 into 2020, and that's when it was kind of coming all over.
Yes, that's probably when I guess I was still working at the Random House, the place that rounds with Penguin Random House, and during COVID, they had these tips in the bathroom about about washing your hand for 20 seconds. After before you go back to work. And so what they did was at each bathroom stall or each sink, they had like a lyric that would last 20 seconds. So if you sang that song, that would be 20 seconds. So you would know how long 20 seconds is of washing. And the first one I saw was like Jolene. I'm going like, how the fuck I said, if you don't know a song, how do you know even how fast to sing it? I don't know this fucking song. Jolene, please don't steal my man. Jolene, just because you can. What the fuck? And then I saw it was like Dolly Parton. I'm like, I don't know this damn song. And so But where I live is very, very rural, very Republican. Although it's not as Republican as it's not as let's put it this way. There are a lot of people who are Republican, and you can tell they're Republican because their mammy and their pappy were Republicans, but they don't talk and act like Republicans until they vote, But they're like just as tolerant as any damn or woke person I know. It's only when they get involved with the actual, like the voting, they say, "Oh, I'll never vote for a Democrat." Why? Because they're Democrats. But they'll say, GD, I love your humor. You're hilarious. I said, then you can't be that much of a conservative because I make fun of, so.
Dolly Parton has written close to 3,000 songs over her legendary career. Wow.
She's got more. She said she has more that's ready to go. She just was waiting. They're like literally are planned to be released after she's dead so that she can still have more songs, coming even after she's, post-mortem.
Now, Willie. Okay. No, Willie Nelson's going to be here tonight. And I was like, I think he's like 95. Well, how old is he? But I was expecting him to go, not Dolly. I'm sorry. Go back to what you were saying. Willie.
So I'm trying to think here.
93.
93?
That's how old Willie is, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he's out performing tonight at Jones Beach Amphitheater. Holy fuck, man.
There was one of the stories that they were talking about Dolly Parton was when she got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They kind of got it wrong. She did say that she didn't think she was worthy because she hasn't written any rock songs. So she wrote a song that she performed at the night when she was inducted that she considered a rock song, and so that she could say she's written a rock song. That way she'd have at least one rock and roll song so that she could be inducted into the Hall of Fame with a clear conscience. But I didn't think it was a rock song. I thought it was a Dolly Parton song that was a little bit faster than the other Dolly Parton songs.
I'm going to get 10 songs that Dolly Parton wrote that most people are not aware that she wrote. Bill Phillips, Put It Off Till Tomorrow. It's probably too country, and they're all country for me to even listen to. Skeeter Davis, Fuel to the Flame, 1967. Yeah, that's definitely a very country. Kentucky Gambler from Merle Haggard. Wow, what year was that? 1974. There'll Always Be Music for Tina Turner. I don't remember the song. She wrote it for Tina Turner. Wow, what year was that? It doesn't say. Yeah. No year. 2 years after Tina Turner and then husband Ike Turner got the world dancing with their iconic. So it was early 70s because that's when that was. I'm in no condition. Hank Williams Jr. She likes to write for men. Good for her. Circle of Love, Jennifer Nettles. The Stranger, Kenny Rogers. And is that it? No, Waltz Me to Heaven, Waylon Jennings. Wow, that's it. To Daddy, Emmylou Harris. I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. That's got to be number one, right? Yeah, that's the last one. I think most people were aware she wrote that song she didn't write it for Whitney Houston. She wrote it, had a hit with it, a country hit, and then Whitney Houston put it in The Bodyguard and blew it up to like a major pop hit.
Yeah, it's turned into real music. No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, because I didn't like Dolly Parton's voice. She could sing. Something about her voice was just kind of mousy to me. And maybe it's not polite to talk, even say anything like that. It wasn't my cup of tea. Like Islands in the Stream.
What I liked about her voice, I guess it was the tone. There's some qualities of some voices that I like. It's not necessarily that, maybe there's a certain rhythm to it or a certain lilt to it that I enjoyed, I guess, or found relaxing. But like I didn't like I liked Johnny Cash, but June Carter Cash, she was okay. There's nothing about her voice that made me go, I want to listen to that. Wow. Dolly Parton didn't annoy me. So I guess that's what I'd say. I'm not a country person. I don't like most country music. I find it annoying. Her voice did not annoy me.
Yeah, there's so much country music. There's a lot of it that annoys even me, and I grew up on hearing it all over the place. Like it's maybe it is most because there's so much of it, and so much of it was the same. They make these stereotypical jokes about pickup trucks and dead dogs, and my wife left me, and I'm going to drink myself to. Yeah, come on. Oof. But there are some that actually I like, but out of the vast majority of them, probably not many. If you look at how many there are, this is breaking news for you. I think you'll be excited about this because it's being posted everywhere and it's trending. And I think, you might want to share this. It says Jelly Roll has reportedly lost millions of fans after he called the president a fat pig on national television. Hey, tell the Rev, way to go! He lost millions of fans.
That explains why he only has 40 followers on YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. I never knew he had millions of fans to lose, but there you go. It says it in the news there. Big thing.
Oh man,
yeah.
I wish if I'd known he had that many fans, I'd have worked harder on writing for him.
Yeah. Wow.
Instead of waiting to like the last hour or two before the show, it's like, okay, we got 2 hours. What can we do? What can we write for the Reverend in 2 hours?
Yeah.
Or 3 hours.
Yeah. And people are now saying this is just how fucking retarded America has become. They're saying that Dolly Parton, her death is due to the fact that she was one of the first people to get the COVID vaccine.
Nope.
Yeah. But why?
And what about the ones who died who didn't get it? So what the fuck?
Yeah.
Herman Cain didn't get it. Dead.
Yeah.
There were mean people who died before the vaccine who didn't get the vaccine.
Yeah, no question. These people are stupider than a bag of rocks. And by the way, I have a bag of rocks in my car. That's a whole other story. But this is a problem to have people this stupid. I mean, they're talking about, the vaccine kills more people than 1,000 times more people than the measles. If that were true, 250 million people would be dead from that's how many people. No, it doesn't. But as long as we have these people who just believe this shit, we're in deep trouble. Stupidity is epidemic. It's killing more people than the measles.
The person that just commented on the Revs on today's news, I just wrote, thank you for watching and listening. Thank you for watching and commenting. And he goes, we're watching you. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Obviously, I can't watch you. I don't have a camera on you. So you can leave that dopey comment in the chat, but
I asked them, I said, what part's a lie, but they didn't respond to that.
Yeah. All right.
But they did say they were watching. They were watching me. So
I'll be watching you. It must be maybe it's Sting. Is it Sting?
No, some guy named Stuart Buncher.
Oh yes, that dude's been around leaving negative comments all over on several different social media platforms. He's got issues.
Oh, cool. I didn't know who he was. I still don't know who he is. I just know the name now.
I've never seen him, and most of these people I've never seen, never will see. Yeah, it is what it is. Did you know that Lindsey Graham died?
And not only did I know he died, but his sister just got the GOP nomination.
You say that's his sister, and you say he died. Come on, he's just become the woman he always wanted to be, right? That's him.
Well, the thing is, you've seen them both. They were both available at the same place at the same time, and he's taller than she is.
She never even existed before the day he died.
No. He always, she was on the campaign trail with him. As a matter of fact, the biggest thing was that since he never married and didn't have kids, but he was always the only woman you ever saw him with was his sister.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not suggesting incest. I'm suggesting she was his wingman.
Darlene Graham, government-run healthcare is a bad idea after bad idea. Annie Andrews backs it all. I have, which is her opponent in the Senate race down there in South Big Atlanta. I have different South Carolina, by the way, home of the KKK for a long time. I know people say Mississippi. They had a huge membership.
I think they have several homes. I think they have like a second home in South Carolina and a third home in Mississippi and a fourth home in Alabama. Yeah, I think they have a lot of homes.
Yeah. This is how stupid, and now she's admitted to being stupid in the confirmation hearings, right, or for whatever in debates or something where she was.
Yeah, the debates because I don't know anything about the military. Yeah. I know I love the military. I don't know anything, I don't know anything about.
Listen to this argument against healthcare, right? She says government-backed healthcare is bad, it's terrible. I have a different background. My parents worked long, hard hours. If they were sick, they would get up and go to work. Then she says, my mother passed away when I was 11 years old. Well, hello. She worked her fucking self to death. The GOP healthcare plan is finally announced. It appears to be work yourself to death before your kids can grow up. That's
that way they'll only have good memories of you.
Yeah. How stupid do you have to be to make that your case? Like, yeah, well, back in my day, we didn't have any health care, but my mom died when I was a kid. I mean, maybe she can't do basic math, but I think even the stupid MAGA people should say, you know what, that's probably not the best way to maybe ixnay on the ed day, right? Mosquitoes kill more people? Do they?
Ixnay on the end day. Yeah, mosquitoes kill a lot of people.
They do.
Unfortunately, the way, some of them are killed by malaria. Most of them are killed when the mosquitoes pick them up and drop them from about 400 feet.
Yeah. Well, that would be interesting. But I think even worse than malaria, mosquito-borne illnesses is this West Nile. Right? That the West Nile virus is pretty bad. I think that was because I think malaria you can survive. But
the East Nile, that's really bad. The West Nile is one thing, but East Nile, and don't even get me started on North Nile and South Nile. They're way, way more deadly than West Nile. We don't even talk about them because we're afraid just talking about them will bring them about. So
yeah. Tommy Robinson is trending, and does Tommy Robinson have any friends that haven't been convicted of sexual or domestic assault? You know,
Tommy Robinson.
Tommy Robinson is sort of like the Alex
for the Mets.
No, it's sort of like the Alex Jones of the UK or something. He was on this anti-Muslim thing, and somehow he got arrested for that, like free speech or whatever. He thought he had free speech, but he was inciting riots. And now he's like a super pro-Israel guy. But he went to prison for inciting riots against Muslim people. He's like a UK Alex Jones a lot of bit. Anyway, he's trending for all the wrong reasons because he's being compared to Jake Lang, the guy who ran the march that got beat up by Spider-Man there. Super right-wing dude. Just a lot of these just crazy ass. And why? What is it? The bigotry that drives them, right? That's what it is. They don't admit to it, but that's definitely the driving force behind all this kind of far right-wing stuff. You want to compare radicals to radicals sorry, but this is the truth. On the left, you might have radicals. The left radicals want free shit for everybody, free healthcare, maybe. I don't know.
And getting rid of ICE, defunding ICE, defunding the police. But actually, I didn't know if the people on the far left are even asking to defund the police anymore. I think they've learned their lesson and just said that we want to reform the police.
Right. So, but on the right radicals, they want. You think about the right wing radicals. They want an all white world, throw everybody in concentration camps. I mean, yeah, if you got to go with, and why are we comparing radicals to radicals? Why not we compare moderates to moderates and maybe start to figure something out and get rid of the fucking radicals on both sides? How about that?
Okay, it says here mosquitoes, according to Heavy Cap, mosquitoes kill between 700,000 and 1 million people each year. And again, there's the diseases, but there's also a good chunk of them that are just dropped by mosquitoes from 400 feet. And some of those people survive, which is why you don't hear about them, or they drop them over the water and they swim back to shore. But a good chunk of them are just picked up over concrete and dropped on the road and die upon impact.
All right. Well, I'm excited to learn that mosquitoes are my enemy. I didn't know that, but I haven't. No, I'm not gonna jinx myself, but I just did. Mosquitoes haven't been a big problem for me in the last couple of years. Ticks, I'm worried about up here. It's been a very bad year for ticks up here in Long Island, and those little fucking pain in the ass gnats are worse than mosquitoes. My wife said she got mosquito bites the other day. I haven't gotten any, and I used to get eaten up by them. Maybe it's just that they can't stand the taste of rotten meat, which I am. I'm rotten meat, right?
Well, before I was diabetic, before I was diabetic and I used to eat a lot of sugar, I used to get bitten a lot. I mean, you could spray me with off and DEET and mosquitoes were still biting me. Since I've been diabetic and I cut back on the sugar, I'm not getting bit by mosquitoes that I used to get bit by. I very seldom do I get bit by mosquitoes now. And I haven't seen a tick and I don't even know how long. I haven't found a tick. Now, part of that I was attributing to the fact that we have an influx of possums around here, and possums love to eat ticks. And I'm amazed. Like, where do you find ticks to eat? They're so small. They have to eat other things more than just ticks. But where do you find it? Like the possum. Paula comes up on my deck to eat the cat food.
I could, the possums probably have it easier than turkeys. They brought the wild turkeys in here to get the ticks, and that's what the wild turkeys basically feed on is ticks. I would think a possum has a better angle at it than a turkey. Turkeys are too tall to. Oh look, there's
well, it's not just, but they also may have it's like a contrast thing. Like I don't know what spectrum the turkeys see in. But a tick may stand out to them like a car stands out to you on the road, because there's the color spectrum of what ticks are versus the grass. It's different. They probably identify those patterns really, really quickly. When I was in high school, I used to walk through a field to go to school and to my friend's house almost every day. This huge field. And every day I was finding like 3 or 4 4-leaf clovers. And my friends were like, how are you finding so many 4-leaf clovers? I said, because the pattern stands out. It's a totally different pattern than a 3-leaf clover. And it was just so bizarre to them. They're like, because, the superstition, you find a good 4-leaf clover and it's good luck. And I was finding several 4-leaf clovers a day. As a matter of fact, I found 5-leaf clovers, 6-leaf, and 7-leaf clovers. 7-leaf is the most leaves I've ever found on a single clover, a 7-leaf clover.
Can you sing the song?
7-leaf clover?
I'm looking over a 7-leaf clover.
No? Oh, see, I thought you was going to go, 7-leaf clover over and over.
Oh, yeah, that too. Clover. But you got to have the little wah-wah on your voice or something. Wah, 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 wah. Over and over. You have to get.
Now you sound like Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, well, Elmer Fudd or
very quiet. I'm hunting 4-leaf clovers.
Elmer Fudd and Betty Davis together. It was like a duet.
You mean Katharine Hepburn?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Katharine Hepburn. I'm sorry. That's right. Where am I with old bitches?
Probably not in good standing. We're talking like that.
It's just a no filter thing. It gets me in trouble. I don't want to get bitten by insects since I started on blood thinners. Oh, they don't like the thin blood. They like thick blood, good thick blood. And they probably heard you say peens, and they're like, I don't know about that guy with the peens. Yeah. So I got all day today. I'm feeling pretty good. I got all day today to figure out what to do in my paint classes tomorrow and Friday. How about that? I got all day.
I don't. I have to finish one of my. I have to finish a door, maybe two doors, because I want to paint the front door now that I've painted the back doors. Paint the front door.
I always heard you were a back door man.
Well, the back door is just about done. No.
You went to the back door first.
Yeah, and after I did that, but I think after I do that back door, I'm going to fix the wall that I fucked up so I can stop looking at it.
Wow. Yeah, all these people. I'm just getting mad. It's all rage bait. It's all rage bait. Just turn away, right? Just turn it off and get out of here. That's what I got to do. I just got to turn it off and get out of here. Jack White performs a cover of Dolly Parton's Jolene in London. Do you care? Do you really care?
No.
I can't care.
I expect there's going to be a lot of people covering a lot of Dolly Parton songs.
Let's not do that. Don't do that.
I like the music for the. Oh yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's like Toyota. Wait, the volcano. Look, I said volcano. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Are there
Brian Volcano? What would Brian Volcano do?
Are there active volcanoes in New Zealand, Kev? Oof. Yeah. Yeah. That's all. Just yeah. Okay.
That looks similar to at least the legs. The hands and legs look very similar to some bar stools in a bar. My aunt had a hand carved bar and bar stools from Africa.
Damn, that's good work. If if it's like that, wow, that would be tremendous. The carvings into a chunk of wood. Yeah. Pretty good.
And when she passed, I inherited them. Because I was the only one who cleaned them, because you had to put a rag around your finger and get up in the crevices and stuff. And I was the only one that was doing it. I was on the regular. I was cleaning, getting the dust off and everything, and polishing it. And so she gave it to me. And then my brother had a fit when he saw that I had gotten it. He started crying to my mother. And the thing is, I had it. I was in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I had no room for it. It was like taking up my entire living room. But it was mine, and the woman I was living with at the time was like, "Okay, it's taking up a lot of space." I said, "Yeah, but it's it's all I got." My brother was bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching. So my mother says, "Will you please give it to your brother so he can stop bitching?" So I gave it to him, and he probably promptly sold it or something. I have no idea where it went.
Wow. The little finger thing that you described there.
It's almost like scrolling on the bottom. It's just,
I was going to say, it probably came in handy when you were in proctology school for a short time there. I don't know. Whatever. Lake Epstein files. Canada gets the job done. They're renaming Lake Superior to Lake Epstein files. How about that? Or is it Lake Ontario? Yeah, they're pulling down the Lake Ontario sign and putting up a Lake Epstein file sign. At Canada, they got some sense of humor, huh? At Canada, you would have never figured they were that funny, would you? All right.
I did.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest here. Canada, they've really only been a country for 159 years. I know that seems weird because of the French and Indian War and all that stuff. There was people, the Brits were up in, Brits and French were up in what is now Canada, even when we were fighting the Revolutionary War. But right. Canada itself has only been a country for 159 years. Out of those 159 years, it spent 127 of them at peace. 127 out of 159. The United States has been a country for 250 years and has been at peace 16 years total. out of the years that the whatever number 30 years or whatever that Canada has had known war, it's almost exclusively been to help the United States. Or in Korea, in World War I, World War II, in Afghanistan, they will be, and even a little in Vietnam. They were the heroes of D-Day. So for us to just turn our back on Canada over what? Over what? What is it? Because they won't become a state? Because dipshit want
Trump
really?
doesn't want them to be a state. No, Trump is the man's somebody's in his ear. Like I said, the man, he's delusional. He's crazy. He's actually just not a well person, period. And people say things in his ear and he goes like, yeah, that'll own the libs. And he just says shit. And the thing is, because he's an idiot and he doesn't know how to back down from stuff, when he says something and he doesn't, even if he doesn't really mean it, when people challenge him on it because they challenged him, he's like, no, I meant it. Yeah. I meant I was gonna fuck myself in the ass. Yeah, I meant that. Yeah. And then he just goes with it. And he just digs in and digs in and digs in. Even though he can't do the shit he says he's gonna do, he just digs in because he doesn't know how to compromise with the truth.
Yeah, I hear what, and I definitely agree with you on like that's his personality. But I also disagree with you. I think he really wants Canada and Greenland. I don't know.
Oh, he wants Greenland, but he wants Greenland because of the oil.
Yeah, well,
that's or what he thinks is oil under there. It's the same with Iran. He only wanted the oil. Venezuela, he wanted the oil. You know, when we in Iraq, he wants the oil. You know, that's it. The man, for some reason, he is stuck in like an 1800s, early 1900 economy, and not even the real one, because he forgets that the taxes, corporate taxes, was like what 98% back then. You know, he forgets that. He forgot that the tariffs didn't work.
Yeah.
You know, he just thinks that, oh, that's right. That, you know, companies are doing great. America is doing great. The companies are doing great. And tariffs, he's like, no, tariffs did not work. The corporate tax rate was 98%. That's what was bringing this country up. You know, that and Eisenhower's I forgot what his grand plan was the highway, coast to coast highways and rails and Alaskan highway and stuff like that, all that stuff. Eisenhower bringing about all those initiatives. And the same with Roosevelt, Franklin D, not Teddy. Well, Teddy may have done some good stuff too. I can't remember now.
Oh.
Yeah, but Trump is a fucking idiot. Yeah. So
breaking news: Trump is a fucking idiot. Oh, you know,
he's a fucking idiot, and Melania was fucking an idiot.
Yeah. Damn. Oh, look at all these birthdays today. I have birthdays. Jeff Dwoskin. It's Dwoskin Day. Dwoskin Day here. Barbara Bucino, who I've known since elementary school. Happy birthday, Barbara.
Heavy Cap says tons of volcanoes in New Zealand. He lives on top of an extinct one.
Wow. That would keep me a little nervous.
Now, how do you know that volcanoes extinct and not just dormant for a very long time?
Yeah, how do you know? Who's going up there to check it?
I mean, because like when the dodos are extinct, and we know dodos are extinct because we killed the last one. Now, but true conservatives are almost extinct, but they're not quite. So how do you know the difference between extinct and just dormant?
Yeah, I mean, you got to send. Imagine it's like being a dud tester in the ordinance. Like remember that one, Bugs Bunny. All my references are to Bugs Bunny. He's there with a hammer checking to see which one's a dud.
A dud is a dud. Yeah, now there's because the only way to know if a volcano is extinct is if you get on top of the volcano, you get a bucket with the rope and you drop it down and all the way down and see if there's still lava down there. And if there's no lava down there, then it's extinct. But then
the United States has active volcanoes, right?
You say transactive?
Huh? No, has active volcanoes. The United States has active volcanoes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Mount St. Helens. What's going on here? Get off his lap! What? No wonder
I
they're
think Mount St.
hiring him.
Helens is still active. I can check that. Is Mount St. Helens still active?
There's
Okay,
one in
I'll just check
Hawaii, right?
active volcanoes in the U.S., not counting Hawaii.
Oh, oh. See, now this is why I'm not getting hired by this one senior's place now. They got this girl in a short black skirt. She's going and sitting on all the old men's lap. Well, how am I supposed to compete with that?
Wow. Okay. Right now, the United States has between 161 and 165 active volcanoes across 12 states and territories.
Jesus. So we're in trouble.
18 are considered very high threat.
Wow. Does it say which states will get out of
these volcanoes are concentrated in several regions. Alaska's Aleutian Islands, the Cascade Range from Washington to California, Hawaii's hotspot shield volcanoes, and the Yellowstone supervolcano in Wyoming.
Oh yeah, Yellowstone is, but is it a volcano? I thought it was just a geyser.
Well, you're thinking about Old Faithful, but the reason why it's a geyser is because it's sitting on an active volcano. The water's being heated, and it goes every so often. Now it says notable active volcanoes. Two of them in Hawaii. Let me see. Mount St. Helens in Washington, famous for its 1980 eruption. It remains active and closely monitored. Mount Rainier in Washington. That is such a neat mountain to look at. It is. I love that mountain. Yellowstone, Wyoming, supervolcano with a history of massive eruptions, currently monitored for signs of unrest. And Great Sitkin and IE, Alaska.
Please stand by. We are having difficulty pronouncing volcano names.
Please stand by.
You know what's going to happen? Yellowstone is waiting for me to go there. As soon as I step foot inside, then I'm a lava boy. I'm Mr. Lava.
That's the cartoon, Lava Boy and Shark Girl.
Matt Balaker, who has been on this program, he wrote the book about Greg Giraldo. He says social media couldn't find a bad thing to say about Dolly Parton. That's amazing right there. Live a life that when you die, you can't even find a negative comment about you on social media. That's pretty fucking amazing in this world. Dolly might be the only person.
That sounds like a challenge now. I have to write a negative comment.
No, please. Dear Dolly, be nice. But no, somebody was talking about Iran. You know that country over there that somehow is the Strait of Hormuz. Mm-hmm. They threatened Barron. I don't know. Did they threaten Barron Trump, or they just kind of said they asked for people to put a tracker on him so they could know where he was. And then people said, threats against the president's son, anybody should be against that, whether you hate Trump or not. And you know what? Maybe, because there have been, I don't know if you know this, but there have been 45 other presidents that have had children. Well, maybe 43 of them had children. And nobody was threatening them. Maybe live your life in such a way that people don't want to kill your kids. I'm just saying, maybe that's a consideration. Is it worth trying to live a life where people don't want to kill your kids? I think so.
And where was this compassion when the conservatives were talking, mocking an 11-year-old Jimmy Carter's daughter? It was Amy Carter. Was it Amy?
Yeah.
When they're, she's 11 years old and they're being as cruel as fuck to them. Or the Clinton's daughter, whose name escaped me.
Chelsea.
Yeah, where was this compassion then?
Yeah. But the idea, I think, remains. You know what? If enough people hate you, at some point, it's not natural for people to hate people. You maybe live a life that doesn't inspire hate. That's all I'm saying. Now, coming from me, you might say, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" I'm talking about me. Just try not to get people to hate you. I'm trying. I'm not succeeding so well, but and most of it is because I call too many people's mothers a skank whore. Just don't try not calling people's mothers a skank whore every time, or tell them quiet piggy, or whatever he says. Not a volcano, but where I'm living now in Maricopa, we're 39 miles from the San Andreas Fault, which is scary as fuck, right? Yeah. 2 days ago came up in my memories that we had the earthquake was a 6.5 in Virginia, but I think I posted some video on it live at the moment because I was in a studio which was in an old converted barn, and the entire barn went like took like a 15-degree angle or something, just moved like that. Like we've never had that before. I was sitting in Brooklyn. What's going on? Got to get out of here. But then when you get out of there, what do? You're still on the same earth that's going to fall apart. There's no safe place.
I was the last earthquake that I experienced. I was on a ladder on a roof. I was on a ladder getting on a roof, and the whole house started to shake, and the ladder started to shake. And I'm looking outside. I'm like, fuck. I see people like running out of their homes, and this is when I was working for a company that ran with DirecTV. So I climbed down the ladder and I go in the lady's house and she goes, "Did you do that?" Because I was on the roof and it started when I got up on the roof. And she said, "Did you do that?" I said,
If I could do that, do you think I'd be working for a cable company or whatever? If I could cause earthquakes, I'd just be sitting there collecting. Come on, guys, give me the money.
I said, no. As a matter of fact, your neighbors are all outside in the street because there was an earthquake.
Maybe you should get out in the street too. But that's what I was going to ask you. Like, is that more safe in the street? So things aren't going to fall on you, but you could still, a fissure could open up and suck you. What's more safe? Being in a doorway? They said get in a door jam or something, right? Or out on the street. Who knows what to do in a volcano? It's pot luck.
Not a volcano.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
Well, earthquake, yeah.
Because there's not much you can do in a volcano.
There's not much you can do in an earthquake either.
Well, I think with an earthquake, if you're in the middle of the street, you can probably see. Maybe you would know. You might have some kind of warning that the ground is about to open up.
Jump.
Yeah, jump.
I've never been in one that's that big that the earth actually opened up in front of me. I've been in two earthquakes in my life, and both of them were just like, the building went like this. So, we were standing on the train tracks in Oxnard, California, waiting to go to the audition for the Gong Show, and it kind of you could see the railroad tracks kind of moving a little bit. Nothing opened up.
I was on a toilet for an earthquake, and that was like,
yeah. Ancestor, she stays in place when an earthquake is hitting. I think that's,
Well, quite often, the thing is, they don't last that long usually. Usually, by the time you react to it, it stopped. Like, when I was on the toilet, I think it lasted 30 seconds. It would have taken me 40 seconds to wipe my ass and pull up my pants and get out of the bathroom.
Wow.
Boy, I know. I've had toilet drills since then. I've had earthquake toilet drills, practicing just in case another earthquake hits while I'm on the toilet. So I'm trying to get it down to like 15 seconds so I can wipe and run at the same time.
Oh my God! I think this is too much information. Don't maybe
people need to be prepared. You're saying too much information. I'm saying not enough practice. Okay. I can't wipe and run at the same time.
All right. Well, now you got my prostate all excited. Chris Gallant, who is running for Congress here in New York first, has said he would be on this program and hasn't followed up in book. He's running as a Democrat. He's running against Nick Totoda. here's the deal with these Republicans. No, it's not my congressman for the last. Excuse me. Oh, I almost barfed on the microphone. Barf. Tim Bishop, who was a Democrat, far left guy during the Obama administration, and prior to that. But he was corrupt as fuck. He was like, I don't know, he was doing some really shady shit, money wise. So they voted him out, and then Lee Zeldin was his guy who replaced him. And I met Lee Zeldin in a grocery store parking lot when he was campaigning, and I said, "Look me in the eye and tell me you won't be a rubber stamp for Trump." This was 2020, he was running or whatever, and he said, "I promise you, I will always serve the people, not Donald Trump or the Republican Party." Got elected and immediately became a rubber stamp.
So he wasn't a rubber stamp; he was more like a metal stamp.
Yeah.
Like, no, I wasn't a rubber stamp. I was a ring in wax.
Yeah. So then he ran for governor here and lost, and Trump appointed him as head of the EPA, I believe. No fucking qualifications for that. But now Nick Liotta, and then Nick Liotta came to the door, 2 years ago, came to my door and was campaigning. And I said, you know what? I told him about Lee Zeldin. He looked me in the eye and told me he was going to be a rubber stamp. And I knew at that moment he was lying to me. Look me in the eye and tell me, and he did. It's the same fucking thing. I said, you're full of shit. I could tell just by looking at you. Oh, not true, blah, blah, blah. And he left to go to campaign at the next house. And since he's been in office, nothing but a MAGA rubber stamp completely. So all these fucking guys, they just lie. They'll look you in the eye and tell you directly, I tell you whatever you want to hear. I'm sure he was next door, at the Trump lady's house next door. And she was saying, promise me you'll be a rubber stamp for Donald Trump. And he was saying, yeah, I promise you. Yeah, fuck him. So Chris Gallant he seems to be, well, he's not. He's a Democrat and he's not a Trumper. And that's all I care about. So I told him I can't afford to donate big money to your campaign, but I can try to get you some publicity and kind of just put stuff out and put the shorts all over the place. And he was interested, but he still hasn't booked. And then it's coming up, man. We're running out of time.
So he probably has campaign people who will watch the show and see if they want that.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. He probably just said, "Oh no, the guy who told somebody to get the fuck off the show," and he's got to.
Look, I had two people they came to my door. One's running for sheriff, one's running for councilman, and we got along great. And we were out front, we were laughing, having a good time. And I told him, I said, you guys have my vote. I said, you have my vote. And I said, I don't have a lot of money. I said, I can't, give you a lot of financial support, but if you want to come on the show, we can talk about, the issues that you and I find, relevant. And we can make shorts from it. And that's the real thing, is making the shorts and putting the shorts out there. And that's what I was telling them. And they go like, well, they said, this sounds good. We'll have to look into it. And when they said look into it, I know that meant we're going to watch your show. We're going to watch your show and decide that we can't afford to have that.
A lot of positive reviews on Spotify and Apple, iTunes.
Yeah, but not from people who are running for office.
No. Yeah, I think we are. People have no respect for it. But for the few people we have who will maybe take action because I asked them to, harass Hunter Biden, harass Chris Gallant. Now, you might have a difficult time finding Chris Gallant. Just put in Suffolk County, New York, Democrat, whatever. New York 1. But find them on social media and harass them. And by harass them, just saying, go on Coffee with the Dog on Mind Dog TV, because they both are aware they have requests. But I think if people tell them, yeah, go on there, they might act. They might. You got nothing to lose. Please harass them for us. And yes, I'm publicly asking for harassment because that's how low I've gone and will go. All right. How do you feel about that, Mr. Big Shot? All right. Mr. Big Stuff, that came on yesterday in my art class. I have my little Spotify playlist, and Gene Smart, Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are? How about
Mr.
that?
Big Stuff. Yeah, you're never going to get my love unless you pay for it. You
Whoa.
got cash, Mr. Big Charge.
Yeah. There was another Gene Smart, I think was
There's a comedian named Gene Smart, or was she kidnapped?
I don't know.
All
right.
Some other smart person got kidnapped.
Let's get the hell out of here. How about that?
Sure. I'm exhausted from last night. I had a few drinks before I went to bed. Well, not a few drinks. I just had one beer.
That's a few drinks.
Yeah, but my back was hurting so much, and the painkillers weren't working. And I'm not taking the OxyContin, so I was self-medicating with the liquor, but it stopped my back from hurting, or at least stopped me from caring that my back was hurting. And now this morning, my back doesn't hurt. So I think what it did was the alcohol relaxed me enough that whatever, so it's probably like tension or something. And the alcohol is like, oh, just relax, man. Let it go.
Yeah.
Don't just wet the bed. Just let it go.
Like Tommy Chong says, he did that to me, by the way. Boogie boogie. Yeah. You know what I did last night? I did well, I didn't have a couple of drinks. I had some gummies, and boy, was it because I'm out of weed. I don't know if I had no weed. I probably would have smoked, but I'm out of weed. So I took a gummy, these 1,000 milligram gummies, and then I was up until 2 o'clock working on that song with Stand Your Ground, because I just recalled that I couldn't get anybody to sing it. I couldn't get anybody to sing it. So I did. I went in and did the modeling thing. I'm not going to do a video of it. It's just I got no energy for these music videos anymore. You know why? Because I never walk around. Well, I used to walk the track a lot, but it's more oval than round.
Well, since you don't have the hair, it's hard for you to walk around nappy.
He didn't think I was ready with the button, but I won. I had won.
Turn on the radio. All around the world. Turn on the radio.
me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen